I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we have a story about the Philadelphia Inquirer has been severely disrupted by a cyber attack. The attack has caused the worst disruption in decades to the city of Philadelphia's paper of record, and it's unclear when normal editorial services will resume. The Philadelphia Inquirer is scrambling to restore its systems and resume normal operations after it became the latest major media organization to be targeted in a cyber attack. No regular Sunday newspaper and online stories also facing some delays. The cyber attack has triggered the worst disruption to the Philadelphia Inquirer in decades. The attack aimed at Philadelphia's paper of record has been obviously reported to the FBI. That's a big deal. Disruption to the Inquirer, the most read daily newspaper in Pennsylvania, and the third largest continuously serving newspaper in the United States of America. And third, wow, comes as the city prepares for a mayoral primary election on two. Oh, what? That's interesting. So there's a mayoral primary election on Tuesday? How about that? The Inquirer offices are closed through at least Tuesday, and the company is looking for co-working space to serve as a makeshift newsroom for election night coverage. It's unclear when normal editorial services will be restored. News organizations are increasingly being targeted by sophisticated cyber attacks, as have government agencies, hospitals, universities, and the business sector. In December, The Guardian was hit by a ransomware attack in which the personal data of staff in the UK and the US was accessed. The print edition continued uninterrupted by the incident, which was probably triggered by a phishing attempt in which the victim was tricked, often through email, into downloading malware, forced the Guardian to close its offices for several months. Wow. The Los Angeles Times in 2018 was affected by a major ransomware attack in which a kind of malicious software was essentially paralyzes a system holding it to ransom and demands payment to free the system. Few details about the attack on the Inquirer have been released to staff members or readers. It is unclear whether any personal data has been exposed, exactly which system have been breached, or who was behind the attack and what motivations they had. In an email, the Inquirer's publisher Lisa Hughes said, "We are currently unable to provide an exact timeline on when operations will be fully restored. We appreciate everyone's patience and understanding as we work to fully restore systems and complete this investigation as soon as possible." Monday's Philadelphia's Inquirer newspapers were printed a bit without any classified ads. The incident is the greatest publication disruption to the state's largest news organization since a blizzard shut down operations for 2 days in January 1996. Wow. So, I mean, this is interesting because was this, they're not releasing any information on what kind of cyber attack was this. Was this a ransomware like the other attacks was, or was this some other type of cyber attack? This is extremely unfortunate, especially during an election season. I don't know if people are saying something as it has something to do with the election. Who knows? But it's good to see, the FBI is involved, so the Philadelphia, is going to get major help in figuring out how this happened, and how, the FBI is going to figure out how this, to stop this from happening in the future. But like I said, we have to figure out, they're not going to release too much information on this, which is unfortunate. But was this a ransomware attack? Right, which is something we normally see in these instances against hospitals, universities, ransomware. Someone clicks on an email and they thought it was from their boss or something, and then I don't really understand cyber, but for the most part, it's just clicking on an email that you should not be clicking on. That's what I understand cyber attacks as for the most part. There's other ways, obviously, but for the most cyber attacks at least I've heard of, are like when employees are like clicking on emails that they thought were coming from someone they worked with, and opening links and giving away information like that. But this incident with Philadelphia Inquirer, they're not releasing on almost any details on what type of cyber attack this is. This is unfortunate. I have lived in Philadelphia for 2 years. A few years ago, I lived in the Tacony area of Philadelphia, so I have a few ties to the city. I have nothing but love and good vibes for the city of Philadelphia, one of my favorite cities that I have lived in. So I hope everything ends up working out well for them. And who knows how long this is going to affect the local news in the city, the newspaper. The newspaper business has as many problems as anyone, if not more than than traditional media. So obviously during an election season, during a local mayor's race, it's very important for local news. So this is extremely unfortunate, and hopefully this issue is resolved sooner than later. I'm Jason, the world is yours. Today we had a story about the city of Philadelphia newspaper Inquirer has been severely disrupted by a cyber attack. Whew. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.